Well, the word foreseen, I don't know if I don't believe in that. I believe in, I think I could hire a great staff. I thought we could go recruit the best personnel in America, or else I wouldn't have asked a bunch of families to move down to Gainesville. It happened fast, but we got this place to the point now where you got a great group of young guys, you got an excellent staff that loves being here. In a selfish way, Florida should be really good. I mean, you got high-end academics, you got fantastic facilities now, and you got the best football players in America within 5 hours of your front door. So it should be good. Now, the stars got to line right. You got to hit it right, which we did. But Florida should be real good. Well, we learned a lesson. I learned a lesson. When we first got here, was go off Tom Lemming's list, or the .com list, find out the fastest guys and highest rated guys and go recruit them. We don't do that anymore. Matter of fact, we take some guys under the radar that maybe an Ahmad Black was not even in the top 300 players in America, but high character guy, tough guy that does it the right way. I can go on and on. We have a bunch of players like that we believe in our program. Now that doesn't mean we're not going to go after the number one, number two guys, but your team and how you win is great chemistry, and this is one of the great examples. When you start hearing about these NBA and NFL and professional baseball people that disrupt the clubhouse, the locker room, that's all true. That's real life, and the chemistry within a locker room is critical for success. Mickey Marotti was one of the most important hires in school history. Certainly in our tenure here, he was the most important hire I've made. Coaches are only allowed so much time with the players. Without question, the guy that spends the most time with the players is Mick, and the thing that makes him special is not just any guy that can go in there and teach technique on a bench press or squat or weightlifting. It's the motivation of a team. It's the organization of the off season. It's the whole belief that they're buying into the system. He spends much more time with these players than I do. I have several team meetings, but he's in it. He's in the foxhole with them, and the love and trust our players have for him is second to none. He is the heartbeat of the defense. He is a guy that there's not many players around that has the unique ability to raise the level of play of people around, and we happen to have several of them. Pouncey's, I think Major Wright's got some of that in him. I think Joe Hayden's got some of that in him. Obviously, our quarterback, Tim, has a lot of that in him. So Spikes, our defensive line really improved. Dan McCarney's done a great job, but I credit with Brandon Spikes to a lot of that. And I think the essence of Florida football, if someone said, okay, how would you want your program remembered by and the 2008 season, it's very simply 3 drives, and they're all fourth quarter drives. They're all drives it's why we do our mat drills. It's why we do the rope pull. It's why we do the massacre on Valentine's Day. I can go on and on. We do a lot of things that just so much more than bench pressing. The 2 drives in the fourth quarter against Alabama to take the ball down there and score, and then the fourth quarter 12-minute drive, 7-minute drive, culminating with the touchdown pass to David Nelson to win the national championship with 3 minutes left in the game. That's how you win. That's how you build programs, and that's what we're awful proud of. That's one of those situations I think as a player, a coach, a fan you dream of. To call your offense together and say, okay, let's go win the national championship of college football. We're up by 3. We need to take this ball, eat clock, because their offense is good and our defense is starting to get a little tired. Let's take it the length of the field and score and win the game. And that's, like I said, these players will never forget that. Well, my first reaction, I cringed, and I wish he hadn't done that. Because Tim's like a son. It's like when your family member is just cutting his chest open, taking his heart out, laying on the table for the entire country to see. And in this world of cynical of people that always try to find the negatives, which is the majority of the population, Tim really exposed himself. But Tim's always done that. And Tim, he's very articulate. And the more I know Tim, and after he did, I knew we'd get Tim. That didn't change Tim. Tim's always been the same way. If it had an impact on our team, which it did, then it was all positive. Tim's going to make us a better football team. That's no question. And that had a lot. There was a lot of emotion as far as I want to win, and Tim helps our chances of winning. However, whatever decision he would have made, I knew would have been the right decision, and I can rest with that. I can sleep with that. Because the people that influenced his decision were the same people that raised him, the same people that loved him, the people that are there after a loss, they're after a win. They're not some agent that shows up and says, hey, here's what you should do. The program goals are real simple. We try to clear up all confusion here when in recruiting. Number one goal is to graduate. Number two goal is to compete for championships and win championships. And number three is, if you're blessed enough, go on the National Football League and make a living. I've never been more proud of a senior class. Senior class has hit that goal. They have 2 championships, national championships, 2 SEC championships, 100% graduation rate. Every senior in this program graduated. 4 have already graduated, 7 in December, and the rest are graduating in the spring. That's 100% graduation rate. Does it ever get easy to say goodbye to a group? Not the ones that you love. And some coach might stand up and say, oh, we love them all the same. They're all the same. That's not true. That's not true. There's other guys that have bought in completely. Jason Watkins and Phil Troutwines and Jim Tarts and, Javier, those guys, Keaston Moore, Lewis Murphy, they have bought in completely. Butchie Raleigh, I could go on and on. James Smith. Is it ever get easy to say goodbye? Not to those guys. Some guys, sure. It's time for them to move on and go try something else. For those guys, I'm not sure we're really saying goodbye though, because they're always going to be a Gator, and we're always going to be a Gator.